What's up guys, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Welcome to a new video from my channel. If you've been following my channel for a while now, you might be surprised that I showed up again so quickly, but I want to dedicate more time to you. I truly appreciate all the support, and that's why today I am bringing you 5 super classic Pokemon ROM hacks that very few people remember. They are games with great mechanics and good content, but due to the passing of time, people have been forgetting about them. Today, I'll show them to you and we'll analyze them together so you can check them out, and if you like, try them. I'll leave my Discord server in the description. You know why? Since you asked for it a lot. Without further ado, let's start today's video. In spot number 5, I have Pokemon Unbound for you. This ROM hack became very popular back in its day, but for reasons I truly don't know, it fell out of everyone's focus. This game was created by a well-known YouTuber in the Hispanic community, and he did an incredible job with this game. It's Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, but heavily modified, and I am telling you, it's one of the best experiences to play. So in short, it's an improved version of the Hoenn region, like Pokemon Emerald for example. What's different about them? This one boosted graphics to an absolute extreme. Not so much the increase itself, but its drawing style seems far superior to me, and its atmosphere feels much more alive. This game is complete and includes a post-game where we will face some mysterious champions from other regions. But to avoid dropping a spoiler, I recommend you investigate it on your own or play the title. This version of Hoenn is, without a doubt, one of my favorites due to the large amount of content it has. And there are fan-created versions, you heard that right. A fan made the game, and another fan created an improved version, like Pokemon Mega Unbound, where we will have up to Mega Evolutions and we can choose the difficulty. In addition to also being able to choose the game mode, you know the drill: normal, random, Nuzlocke, or your shiny lock mode. This game includes all the Pokemon available up to the 7th generation, since in itself the game is somewhat old, but it is still a quite enjoyable experience. And in my opinion, it is still a great option today to replay the Hoenn region in the best way possible. I recommend it because the game itself is somewhat dead. It hasn't received updates for years, but even with all that, for people who haven't tried it, it's an experience they absolutely have to live. At least in my case, Hoenn is one of my favorite regions, so when this game came out, I was very excited back then. But it is true that after some time, it has been quite forgotten. Now that we're done with Pokemon Unbound, let's move on to the next title in the video. Remember that it's available for GBA and completely in Spanish, like all the games on this list. So, without much more to say, let's move on to the next title in today's video. In spot number 4, I bring you Pokemon Johto Chronicles. In this game, you can play the Johto region as if it had been released for Game Boy Advance. There is actually something similar to a remake of Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, since this is mainly about them. It's an improved version of these games, although obviously with fewer graphics, since the others were released for the Nintendo DS. The curious and impressive thing is that it doesn't decrease the content, but rather they take care of increasing it and making sure that the user, that is you, enjoys the experience properly. Before, these were the best options due to the weak power of some phones. It is true that it is now possible to run Pokemon Heart Gold or Soul Silver well on almost all devices, but if you enjoy GBA games much more, and on top of that they are completely in Spanish, this game can undoubtedly be for you. It maintains the essence of the title very well, adding even Mega Evolutions to the game. But the best thing is that it also includes more Pokemon than the original version, including them up to the 5th generation. This has been Pokemon Johto Chronicles. Now, let's move on to the next title in today's video. In spot number 3, I bring you Pokemon Red Chatter. It's a somewhat old ROM hack about Pokemon Fire Red, but I definitely had to mention it. The game perfectly recreates Red's adventure through the Kanto region in a way that I am sure no other game has been able to achieve. Furthermore, it is also completely in Spanish. The story of this title hooks you to the screen, as all events will be directly related to the official Pokemon manga. You will have 2 rivals, no level limit, and, as always, the ones that are never missing, the Mega Evolutions.
I believe, in my opinion, that this title is a very unique and, above all, entertaining experience to try, with all kinds of moments in the adventure. On each route, we will unlock secrets and get closer and closer to our goal. A highly recommended ROM hack that I am sure the veterans remember with great affection, and without much more to add, let's move on to spot number 2 of today's video. In spot number 2, I bring you Pokemon Memories. this game caught my attention a lot from the first day, since it includes Pokemon up to the 9th generation, the last one released to date. The premise or story is the same as always. You are a young trainer who dreams of becoming a Pokemon master and blah blah blah, the same as always. The most interesting thing in itself is that it includes almost all, if not all, the regional forms of each and every one of the existing Pokémon. And if that wasn't enough, it includes a quite good mechanic similar to time travel called Temporal Flowers, which mainly consists of being able to face trainers from the past. They come with a new villain team, Ultra Wormholes, and also a new region. There are new evolution methods, but the best thing of all is that it also includes Mega Evolutions. It is a very good game and one that, in my opinion, is really worth trying, either because of the great content it offers or because it has a quite interesting story that stands out a little more from the crowd. For my part, it is 100% recommended since it does look very good, and I can assure you that it is an excellent GBA game and completely in Spanish. It will be up to you if you want to try it or not, but now it's time to move on to spot number 1 of today's video. So I hope you love it. But before the top one, I have an honorable mention for you since I believe it should be 100% in the top. I bring you Pokemon Ash Gray, basically the adventures Ash had through the Hoenn region. Not everything is as perfectly detailed as Pokemon Ash Gray, but when these games are talked about, this one always takes a back seat and many people don't really take it seriously at all. Here Max, Brock, and May Aura will accompany him on his adventure, while a large number of events that happen in the anime will be shown here. It is an experience that you can try without any problem, since I consider it to be a quite good game, with very interesting features in that, in my opinion, is very much worth it. I forgot to mention that you can use your old Pokemon from different generations. Now, let's move on to spot number 1 of today's video. In spot number 1 is Pokemon The Last Fire Red. Only great things are said about this ROM hack, and I'll explain why. First of all, it is completely in Spanish and brings all the Pokemon available up to the 8th generation, in addition to also adding anime events to the main adventure. An absolute madness without a doubt. Not content with that, it improves graphically a lot, looking much better than the original adventure. New routes were added that we can explore in the Kanto region, and, in addition to everything mentioned above, it brings the new Mega Evolutions, the Z moves, and not content with that, it also brings the Gigantamax forms. I think the most curious thing about this ROM hack is that the Poke Rides from Pokemon Sunday and Pokemon Moon were added to Kanto. They are not that important, but they are still in the game. I highly recommend that you try it, since it is one of the most complete Pokemon ROM hacks you will find. Plus, it's also in Spanish, so what more could you want? With nothing more to add about this title, let's say goodbye to today's video. You know that if you liked it, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos. Remember that everything is on my Discord, so go there. I am Blake, and I say goodbye with the see you next time.